In life, we mess up. We don't make the best choices every time. We fall into the river. Now we have three options. First option is to let us drown, staying submerged. No one notices the mere presence of you. This is the easiest thing to do as there is nothing to do. Second option is keeping the head just above the water, staying alive somehow with all the pain and many hardships to come. You want to do something, but you don't want to put a lot of effort. You manage just to keep the head over water. Most choose this option. Third option is learning how to swim. You are in water. Is there a better place than that to learn how to swim? Only few consider this option because there is a learning curve, and it is not a very generous learning curve on the outside, but in the inside, it is magical. The reason why only few choose the third option is because of the difference between expectation and the output received. We expect learning curve to be like this, a very minimum time to reach a certain output, but this is rarely the case. When we are starting to learn something from zero, we expect it to take a considerable amount of time to obtain a certain expertise. This is the most common type, but it is not the same. The actual learning curve is like this. We cannot always expect the output to rise when we invest more time. There are instances we get no output or even reduced output when we keep on investing time. It seems clear on the outside we invest a lot of time, but what we gain is insignificant. If you are in right mind, you should stop whatever you were doing, right? Before that, let's have a look in the inside. When you do something, you start generating an expertise or a skill for that particular work. When you start working on something, if you sincerely put your time and energy on your work, no matter the output, you develop and improve your skill for that work. Output might be reducing, but the magic is the skill keeps on increasing. When you don't give up and keep on putting the work required, suddenly everything comes into right places and the output increases rapidly. This is why we need to keep on investing our time and energy despite of the outcome if you really believe in your work. Next important question is why output reduce or stay the same when skill develops. That certain time period of no output can be described as time for optimization. If the output is kept on increasing, great, you're working at the optimized conditions. But this does not happen often. What mostly happens is what we described earlier. During the output declining or static period, when you keep on working, you try to do things differently. You identify key areas to develop and you work on that. Given some time, output starts to increase. That is simply because you optimized your input for that stage of the work. When we look at highly achieved people, they have a common thing. They always say they never gave up during the bad times and kept on working towards the goal. That is, they kept on optimizing in bad times and results exponentially grew later on. Nature always has a system in which it operates. It always tries to get you to the right track. Nature signals you that you need to change your tactics. Instead of doing that, we take it as a signal of failure. Outcome is we never get to go where we meant to be. The next thing that is crucial is the time period it takes to develop a certain amount of expertise. In the skill curve, the slope depends on your energy level, mentally and physically. More quality energy you put, faster you can obtain that skill, thereby reducing the static or no output time period. We cannot control time, it just flows. But the energy we put, we can control it. Eating healthy, sleeping well, and a lot of things in between matter. Most of us just settle by keeping the head over water. This limits us from exploring our lives. When we swim to the bank, then it is a simple walk alongside the river, or we can go and explore new rivers. We settle for average when nature tells us to go beyond it. Now we know, static or no output does not mean failure. It is a call for optimization. Keep on optimizing without quitting. You will become an expert in the work you do. More quality energy you put, faster you can acquire the skill, thereby reducing the no output time period. Also keep in mind, do not reinvent the wheel. Why do you think the All Wisdom says, every failure is an opportunity? It is permission to optimize and extract yourself from the water.